My name is Michelle Hange, and this is my husband, Doug. We met in 2012. We hit it off right away. He reminded me a lot of my dad, and so in my mind I knew he's the one.
Yeah, we dated for 9 months, and then when you know, you know. So we got engaged in August, and then about 6 months later we got married.
We always knew we wanted kids, and so we began trying, I would say, about 2 years after we had gotten married, and we were just struggling to get pregnant. We weren't getting pregnant, and so we visited a fertility doctor, and he started us on some hormone shots. And it took us actually 2 different rounds, and we found out we were pregnant. When we found out we were having quadruplets, it was quite a shock to both of us. Neither of us had even fathomed the possibility of more than, say, twins. So I had a wonderful pregnancy. Actually, I didn't experience any morning sickness, which was very shocking, especially with quadruplets. But I was taking my multivitamin, my folic acid, the prenatal vitamin. I had gone to the doctor and they told me that I needed to be taking 4 times the folic acid. Obviously with quadruplets, you would need it. Being quadruplets, we definitely knew we would deliver early. The doctor said it would probably be anywhere from like 28 to 32 weeks, which of course my goal was 32. And with it being such a great pregnancy, I was well on my way. The babies had other plans. So it was 5:55 in the morning, I'll never forget, on a Friday morning that my water broke. So my husband drove us very safely but very quickly to the hospital, Winnie Palmer in Orlando, where we knew we would deliver.
Yeah, so we were rushed to emergency C-section, and yeah, that was a scary moment. Is my wife going to be okay, or the baby's going to be okay? They were very smooth throughout the whole process, and as soon as we heard that cry, then we knew that the babies were okay. That was kind of like a relief for us that, okay, our babies are going to be okay, and they're each rushed to their individual incubators, and we're prepared, and we knew that was going to be okay.
They were rushed up to the NICU, and 3 of them had to receive the surfactant therapy for their lungs because they weren't fully developed.
But the first few days were probably the most challenging just because they were so little that we knew they were under wonderful care. The nurses did a wonderful job, and they were always telling us about everything happening. But that was probably the hardest part. We couldn't hold and love on the babies as a normal pregnancy would.
They were in the NICU a total of 78 days, which felt like an eternity. I was with the babies day in and day out, and just watching them grow and develop. So the day that the doctor told us that we could take the babies home, it was a complete shock. I remember calling Doug right away and saying, okay, it's time. Mm-hmm. It's time. They said we can take them home. It was such a relief, and I finally felt like I was able to be a mom. I could take my babies home, and I was able to care for my own babies, which is what I longed for the whole time. So life has been very interesting for the past 15 months. A question we get a lot is, how do you do it? And I said, how don't you do it? Like you survive, you figure it out, and we don't know anything different. They're just such a blessing, and they're really the light of our lives.
Well, I want to say thank you to the March of Dimes for all the research they're doing, all the support they provide to mothers around the country. Because of them and the research they did, I feel that our babies are much more successful and progressed a lot quicker than perhaps if they didn't have that additional research.
Please join us this evening with your most generous gift to help fund the life-saving mission of the March of Dimes.